Okay, here we are back again with more Dragon Age Origins. And before we leave the Circle Tower, there's one more thing we need to do. We have here the Watchguard of the Reaching Quest. This is something we woke something up sort of in the basement area.
Alice.
I don't know if I have the strength for another big battle.
The Grey Wardens saved us. Fighting the Blight is the least we can do.
True.
The Circle has always played a part in defeating the Blights. This is our chance to show that we will fight and die for our home, just like any other Ferelden.
Yeah, except you totally interrupted. Wynne was trying to say something to Alistair, and now I'm mad at you because Wynne was trying to say something to Alistair, and... Anyway. Liliana, can you open this chest? Yes, good. Thank you. So, we have,
Right.
there we go. Yep, that's what I was looking for. I like the fact that all these other people standing here are helping us. So that's pretty cool. Like, whoops. Let's,
It's embarrassing.
there we go. Nice. Good job, guys. Yeah, completed that. So that was good. And, what did it drop?
As you wish.
Usaris, a great sword, a two-handed great sword. Nice. That'll be good for Sten. Yeah, Sten. So anything else, Petra? You got anything?
I think we'll be all right now, thanks to you. The children are already a lot calmer.
I'm glad, even in the face of all of these dead bodies.
Oh, come, swift sword, and deliver me that I might find the Maker again.
Yeah, you need to calm down. It's okay. You're not gonna die, and please don't wish it. Because, you know, let's not wish for death, you know? Like, that's such a terrible thing to wish for. Like, come on. Especially just because you're a mage. Okay, well, I'm gonna do some inventory clearing, and then, we'll, probably resume once I've completed that.
You really killed all those abominations? I didn't think it was possible. I thought we'd all die here. I'm sure you need supplies after that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
should be easy enough.
The Blight.
Okay.
How will you end it?
Yeah, here we are back in the party camp. Right. Yes, the Blight. Well, we have to fight the Archdemon.
Is that all? It is surrounded by an ocean of darkspawn. How will you reach it? If you reach it, how will you slay it? You say you are a Grey Warden. I have heard stories of this order.
What have you heard?
Great strategists and peerless warriors. That is what we hear of the Wardens. So far, I am not impressed.
Well, I'm not here to impress you.
Evidently not. It remains only to see what you are here for.
Okay. I appreciate that Sten is like, you know, the minute you're like, no, I don't really care what you think. Sten's like, all right, I appreciate that. I'm good with that, you know. Let's just give you 30 strength. Yeah, bravery's a good passive to do. So yeah, I like that. What else? Who else needs leveling? The dog, of course. Let's do that. Oops, that was not what I wanted to do. Morgan needs leveling too. Let us just... let's do an affliction hex. Yes. Okay, that's everybody. And now we also have some gifts that I would like to distribute, if possible. Let's start with some easy ones. Liliana, she likes chantry stuff. So we're going to give her this chantry amulet.
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
Oh, it's okay. You don't need to tell me. You don't need to say anything. I completely understand. Let's see here. White runestone. I can't remember who that goes to. I do know who likes the beef bone though. This guy. And I'm pretty sure that Wynne likes The Rose of Orlais, which is a book. Appears to be a book about a woman named Lady Talia Leone and her tempestuous romance with the arrogant Chevalier Garin.
A generous gift.
Yeah.
Thank you ever so much.
Sure. Wynne really likes books. Morgan, meanwhile, really likes jewelry.
I am grateful. 'Tis thoughtful indeed.
No problem.
Interesting. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. Morgan likes the jewelry. Yeah. A water-stained portrait. I think Sten likes that. I'm gonna save before I do anything else. And then we're gonna give him the water-stained portrait because I'm pretty sure Sten likes the paintings.
I am impressed.
Yes.
My thanks.
Alright. These go to somebody else. That goes to somebody else. That goes to somebody else. For sure. Not quite enough strength there. Sure, we'll give you that. And we'll give you one of those. And we'll give you one of those. That works. What else? What else? What else? Mm. Let's give the Cinderfell gauntlets to Morgan. And the Archon robes. Sure, why not? And the Enchanter cowl. You need 20 strength. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so Morgan has, yeah, so we've gotten her to warm, which is pretty cool. And there is one thing too that I need to give her. It's a gift. Actually, let's we need you didn't we get some caddis? Yeah, here we go. That's your war paint. Actually, I like that one. Let's do that. That's right, Bark Spawn. Good boy. Okay, and then we'll grab Morgan. And we'll also give her this. This is, Morgan would like to take a look at this.
What? You found Flemeth's grimoire?
I guess it was
Ever
in
since
the tower.
we discovered the condition of the Mage's Tower, I had wondered if it might be recoverable, but I had yet to speak of it to you. How fortunate that you found it on your own. You have my thanks. I will begin study of the tome immediately.
What do you hope to find within it?
Secrets. My mother has many of them, and this tome represents the one time that they were able to get away from her. I do not intend to squander this opportunity to learn more than Flemeth wished me to know. This should be interesting.
Well, I'm glad you like that. Glad you like that. We're pretty high up with Morgan, shockingly. Not sure how that happened exactly, but okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. I think we should also probably talk to some people. Well, actually, let's do some enchanting, because I've got a new thing that I can enchant. Yes, enchantment.
Enchantment!
Exactly. Right. Let's do this. And do that. And let's do this. And that. What's this one? A novice lightning rune? Yeah, let's switch that out for that. Yeah. Now we've got a representative of our mage collective here.
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden, as do the Templars of the Chantry.
Do you need anything?
There are always areas to improve on, Grey Warden. The most useful for my talents are runes.
Okay, sweet. Communal box, resources you've collected for your troops. So, yeah, let's turn in some runes. Let's give all unassigned novice runes to the circle. We don't need the rest of those right now, so we're good. And let's do that.
You are wise to invest in the effectiveness of your followers.
Yeah, I know. I'm awesome like that. Let's see, what else have we got here? I'm gonna... alright, so I'm gonna not worry about inventory management again. Let's talk to some people. Barkspawn! What's up, bud?
I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished.
Oh dear. Yeah, I don't like that either.
That's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh.
Ugh. Alistair, look at that. You've grossed him out now.
Oh, like you can tell the difference.
Of course he can.
Well, you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Ugh, Alistair, come on. Don't listen to Alistair. He's full of rubbish.
Hey!
Poor Barkspawn. Liliana. What's up, girl?
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
Here you are. So what was life like in the Chantry Cloister?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending.
Yeah.
That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
Yeah, I think so. Yes. They tend to be self-righteous.
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
I prefer, yeah, I was gonna say, I prefer your ideas to the ideas of the Chantry. They're much more inclusive.
Thank you. Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry.
That's true.
But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Alright, well, sure. So, she's at Warm. That's not bad. She's thinking pretty good of it. She's thinking pretty well of us right now, so we're doing okay with that. Hey, Wynn, what's up, girl? How's it going?
It's been a long day.
Yeah, I agree.
Rest would be welcome.
Are you all right?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
There's still some life in those old bones, I bet.
Thank you. You're very kind to say so.
Yeah, no, I'm good at the
in all
flattery.
honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
I'm sure you'll be kicking around for years yet.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't.
Okay. Whatever, Wynn. Whatever you say. Sten! You got anything else to tell me, bud?
Yes.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Why did you come to Ferelden?
To answer a question.
What was the question?
The Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here.
What's an Arishok?
The one who commands the Antam, the body of the Kunari.
So, he's your king?
Kunari have no kings.
Okay. What do you have then?
Little patience for endless questions.
Why would the Kunari care about the Blight?
Why do you?
It could destroy the world? Ah!
Do you think the Kunari live on some other world, then?
Okay, fair enough. Did you find the answer to his question?
A portion of it.
What was the answer?
Were you not at Ostagar when the army was overwhelmed? That is your answer.
Why, don't you have to report back then?
Yes.
So, what are you still doing here then?
I cannot go home.
Why not?
It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting.
Okay. What were you doing in that cage?
Sitting, as you observed.
Well, that's not what I meant.
It's what you asked.
Okay. Are you going to answer my question?
I did. Parshera, was there anything else?
Let's go.
As you wish.
Sten. I'm just trying to ask you some questions, bud. Ay. Let's talk to somebody who's a little bit easier to talk to, like Alistair. Alistair's pretty easy to talk to.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
Okay. So you said this Arleman raised you.
Did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells.
Oh,
A whole
right.
pack of them, in fact.
Sure, yeah. That would explain the smell.
Well, it wasn't until I was 8 that I discovered you didn't have to lick yourself clean. Old habits die hard, you know.
Yeah. So does a horde of Darkspawn, I'm told.
Point taken. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind.
Oh.
My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Arleman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
But you blamed him then, I take it.
I was young and resentful and not very pious. Of course I blamed him. I remember screaming at him like a little child. Well, I was a child, so I doubt he was
I
surprised.
was gonna say, you were only 10 years old.
Eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war.
Yeah, I bet.
But he loved her. Anyhow, then you, Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10.
Ouch.
Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
Sounds like a jerk to me. Yeah, what an awful thing to do to a child.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence, I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
You were young.
And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that.
Just the cute ones,
all
maybe.
I know is that the Arl is a good man, and well loved by the people. He also was King Kaelin's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
Okay. Oh, look. Alistair likes me. Warm. Good. People are starting to warm up to me a little bit, which I like. Except for Sten, maybe. Because Sten is a tough nut to crack. Let's go see if Morgan has anything to say. right now. We can just have a chat. I don't have to talk about the grimoire. I just want to talk to Morgan.
I await your command.
Thanks. So, life in the wilds must have been very lonely.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
Huh. And that seemed normal to you?
What did I have to compare it with? In time, I began to wonder, of course. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
What happened then?
Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
But you were just a child.
And a foolish one. Flemeth was right to break me of my fascination. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
Well, those are harsh lessons to teach a child.
Perhaps, but they were necessary still. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
And yet, I'm going to give you all of the shiny jewelry that I find, Morgan. You're going to get all of it. All of it. I like how I pretty much have the highest approval with Morgan right now. Like, she's literally my highest approval, aside from the dog, who always has 100 approval. Like, that's just kind of ridiculous, man. That is just kind of ridiculous. And I like it. I like it a lot. So, yeah, I think we're at about time, probably. So I'm going to stop hanging around camp next time. And maybe we will, I don't know. We might actually do this one. We might start Sulcher's Past. That's the Stone Prisoner. DLC. Because that's a DLC companion. That'll get us a DLC companion. And I generally like to recruit companions as soon as I can. Since that's basically a companion recruitment quest, we might do that next. So yeah, as always, if you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Later.